Hello, I'm Milica from College of Europe in Natolin. We just arrived to beautiful Jelenia Gora on our study trip. We are Team Nysa!
Yay! Team Nysa!
We are back in Jelenia Gora. Here is my colleague Sofia. Sofia, what was your favorite session today?
So today my favorite session was the last one we just had here in Jelenia Gora, and it's about how this region evolved after the Second World War. It started from 1945. We had a professor explaining us how they had to repopulate the area with Polish people that came from the east of Poland because they lost these territories to Ukraine and Belarus. So they moved here because Germans were expelled after the Second World War. So it was fascinating to hear from the professor because his family came from Eastern Poland. So he had like a personal experience on how they integrated in the territory.
Yes, I agree with you. It was interesting, but personally for me, previous session held in Training Center for Border Control in Lubin was more interesting. They have a partnership with Frontex, and I was interested to learn about how they work from internal perspective, especially the cooperation with their colleagues from Czech Republic and Germany. It was really fascinating, but sadly we weren't allowed to take any recordings there, but I hope you believe us.
It was great, and I think we had a really interesting day, and we learned a lot.
Today we had our panel on energy transition in the town of Bogatynia between the mayor of Bogatynia as well as an expert from the NGO Eco Unia. Quite a heated discussion today.
Actually, yes, since there is a huge conflict between Poland and Czechia regarding this mine and this power plant. Apparently, Czechia complained because the water was being polluted by the extraction of coal, and they brought the case to the European Court of Justice, and they ruled that the mine had to be closed, but since they are highly dependent on it, local authorities didn't want to close it.
Yes.
And recently, just a week and a half ago, the ECJ again said that they will fine with 500,000 euros
Per day. Yes.
the town per day that remains open, the mine. So yeah, it was really heated because of course the mayor had a really strong position, and also the activist.
Yes, and because when you hear the mayor talking, you understand the importance of this mine in powering the whole town. Since per his words, if they close this mine, they will not be able to provide with all the population with their energy needs. And although he is actually favorable to energy transition and renewable energies, it might take a while. How he answered during the panel. It's a town that is really active when it comes to coal mining, and it was quite a discussion between the two.
Yeah, it was interesting. Of course, it's an issue that comes because of being located in this region between different countries that have a different approach to the energy transition.
Absolutely.
Because Poland is really reliant on coal.
Yes.
And I think this is great for our curriculum, since many people here, many students want to learn more about how the Green Deal will be implemented. You know, one of the big priorities of the EU, and about the, of course, energy transition.
Of
And
course.
this is like a case study of the impact that these policies can have on the lives of people.
Yes, of course. I like actually the insights on both sides because the expert, of course, had studies that were backing up his discussion, but the mayor seems to have more concerns and have more concerns about the livelihoods in the town. So we had also the opportunity to interview them. with regards to their position, and we asked them a couple of questions, and they were kind enough to answer it.
Check it out.
Hola. Okay,
Borderlanders.
guys, what did you think about these towns that are separated just by one bridge, or connected by just one bridge, we could say?
I think they are very interesting in terms of sharing and cooperating between Polish people, German people. I think it's been interesting to realize how people get along even if they live in different countries.
Yeah, I thought it was fascinating, and just like realizing that they've developed kind of completely separately over the past 100, well, not past 100 years, but until recently they weren't connected at all. So super cool and super interesting.
So behind me you can see Galicia. We were just in the church behind me with these new Gothic towers and the Gothic structure that we saw. There is the river, and then we are in Holland. So as you can see, like even the architecture of these houses in front of the river is already different. We can appreciate a huge difference between the two sides. It is fascinating to think that people are walking and just crossing to two different European countries on a daily basis for like daily necessities, like going to the supermarket, or going for a special dinner, or for work of course. And we were in a guided tour, and the guide was explaining us that more and more there are couples that one of them is Polish, the other is German, and even some programs to educate high schoolers that are teaching bilingually in Polish and German. Even though this is a bit rare, there are a couple of schools that are starting to do this, which is something great to unite both countries that at the end belong to the same region.